Whoa, nah. YouTube. It's your man, Air Gordon, with No Regrets Sneaker Cleaning. And today, we're going to be touching on some suede. We got these Cactus Jack, aka Travis Scott 6s, that need a little work. One shoe, this shoe right here, has been cleaned already using the No Regrets suede butter, and it's looking pretty good if I say so myself. The other shoe hasn't been touched yet. Well, the bottoms have been cleaned off. We haven't cleaned the uppers, and the midsoles do need a touch up. So today we're not going to focus on the soles. Soles have been taken care of already. We're not even going to touch that. Today I'm going to show you how to properly clean suede. Now keep in mind, different types of suede require different types of measures to go about cleaning them. You can't clean all suede the same way. You can't. If you do, you're going to damage it, depending on what you're working on. I'm going to show you how to clean the particular suede or nubuck on these olive Travis Scott 6s using the No Regrets suede butter. We don't have a label for it yet. We're still kind of perfecting it, but it will be coming to y'all very, very soon. So we're going to skip all of the conversation and bullshitting. Let's get right into it. No regrets. Now, you don't see too many videos on YouTube pertaining to people cleaning Travis Scott's, any of them. 1s, 4s, 6s, dunks, Air Force 1s, lows, highs, mediums, up top, down below. You don't see it. The reason why is because, well, I'm not going to say you don't see it. You don't see too many successful cleanings without something going wrong or the color fading. The reason why is because these shoes are notorious for that bald fade. That you go to the barber, you want it even, try and show off the waves. I'd show you, but I don't have a haircut right now. And he mistakenly gives you that light fade or that bald fade. That's what these do. When you try and get them right, it just happens. Like, there's no getting around it. Until now. The No Regrets suede butter is formulated, designed, all of that good stuff, however you want to put it, to clean suede. It ain't gonna fade your shit. It won't fade it. It won't make it stiff. It's gonna give that color back, the natural color. You don't have to dye it or anything, depending on how deep your suede is. You won't have to dye it. It'll restore your color back. It'll make the suede soft again, and it'll just give your shoe that that you love when you're wearing your suede shoes. So I'm going to demonstrate that now. We're going to flip the camera around, and we're going to get right on into it. I'll be back with y'all in a bit. Also, before I go, you better not fade out. Before I go, there's a slight detail on the white parts of the midsole. They actually have a 3M reflective on there. A lot of people don't know how to fix that. They'll just kind of leave it be because they don't know how to fix it. I'm going to color match this midsole properly. We're going to paint it. And I'm going to show you a technique I use to put the 3M reflectiveness back on this midsole. Now keep in mind, this works for this particular midsole. This method may or may not work for other things. So take it with a grain of salt. But if you have a pair of Travis Scott 6s that have the 3M reflective on it, I'm going to show you how to put that back. So we're going to flip the camera now and we're going to get into it. Okay, so we're going to begin first off with the tools you'll need, which is an eraser, suede eraser, a crub brush, detail crub brush, a medium or soft bristle brush, We're working on designing our own stuff, and they'll be coming to y'all soon. Just be patient. A cuticle pusher to help remove stains in certain spots. A bigger detail brush to reset the nap. You'll see what all of these tools do in a few. And if you're slightly skilled, a dull X-Acto knife. I'll show you what that's for in a few. Alright, so this is going to be a waterless suede cleaning. That's right, waterless. First thing you want to do is you want to brush off all of the dirt and stuff that might be sitting on top. Now you see that little stain right there? You want to dry that up as best as possible before you start cleaning it. Otherwise, you're just going to push it into the material. It's going to be harder to get it out. It's not going to come out using the compressor, but it's going to dry it up, and it's going to make it easier for you to just flick it off when you get to that point. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm just taking the compressor, drying it up. Now you take the eraser and you want to go all over the shoe. Every panel, you want to give it its own little bit of attention to make sure that you get all of the dirt off of the shoe. After you done hit it with the eraser, you want to brush off all the shavings from the eraser to make sure that when you move on to the next step, you're not fighting against all of that shaving and shit all over the shoe. So just brush it off after you hit the panel. Next, you want to grab your detail prep brush and you want to rub it across the surface of the suede. That's going to help pick up all of that stuff that's deep inside the suede that you can't get out with the eraser. It's going to bring it to the surface so you can then go behind it with your brush and just brush it off. So what I'm doing right now is giving you an up-close look at what the suede looked like before we started cleaning it. It might not seem that dirty, but off camera it's dirty. It looks mangy. It just looks like somebody splashed a whole bunch of water on it and just let it dry. And this is what the suede looks like after hitting it with the eraser and the detail brush. Suede is looking combed out. It's a little faded, but we're gonna take care of that in a few. But it don't look as bad as it did in that before pick. Now back to that stain that was in the suede right there when we first started. All you gotta do is take the cuticle pusher and kind of rub it out. You wanna go light with it. You don't wanna be too heavy, you can't damage the suede. Take the detail brush, brush it out, and voila. Now it's time to hit it with that butter, baby. That suede butter. Shake the bottle real good and spray it around the shoe. It dries pretty fast. You could just spray it on there and get to brushing. Now, don't be like me. One thing about these animal hairs that they put on these shoes, these purses, bags, whatever, they're processed, meaning they were introduced to some kind of chemicals. So when you introduce this type of material to a chemical that's not used to being around, it takes longer for it to acclimate to it. Basically what that means is the more you spray on it and you've never cleaned it with water or any kind of suede solution, the longer it takes to dry. So instead of waiting 1 minute for it to dry, now you're waiting 6. I played myself, but I make these mistakes so you don't have to. 6 minutes later, it was completely dry and I was able to brush it and it looks good now. Now this next part we really didn't have to do because suede on Travis Scott's is already super soft and buttery, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna reset the nap using the prep brush. Just brush it back and forth against the suede to get that texture nice and right, as you can see. So with the suede butter, it dries super fast and it doesn't fade your suede. As you can see, you see a whole lot of suede motion and suede action in there, but you don't see any faded suede. That's what the suede butter does. It's designed to clean your suede and bring back the color and not destroy it. So when it releases, you need to go ahead and get your 2 bottles of these, because yeah, it's the truth, as you can see. And here's a side-by-side comparison, if you can tell on camera, between the difference in the suede. This shoe was clean with the No Regret suede butter. This shoe was clean with another sneaker care product that's designed for suede. As you can see, the No Regret suede butter brings back a whole lot more color. These products are designed with sneakers in mind. We're not gonna steer you wrong. So, I mean, the difference is right there in your face. Alright, so now it's time to prepare the white parts of the midsole for paint. Just taking a little bit of solution on a rag and wiping down the midsole, the white part. That's the only part I plan on painting. So we're gonna prep that up and then we're gonna paint it. So for the sail part of the midsole, we're going to use Angelus white paint. Put a generous amount in your palette. Then we're going to use Angelus cream to give it that off-white look. Mix it well and go to work. Now this part here is not a stunt or a flex at all. I'm doing this for one reason in particular. I'm only painting the white portions and it'll take forever to get that tape job accurate on there, and they're not that bad to begin with. But I do recommend, if you're not skilled, don't try this. Go ahead, tape it up, save yourself the trouble, because you don't want to get paint on that suede. I've been doing this a while now. Me and the team were highly experienced and we're professionals at what we do. So we could do a few things and don't have to worry about the whole rigmarole of taping and all of that other stuff. For this particular paint job, 2 to 4 coats of paint does the job. Make sure you heat set it and you'll be good to go. Now, for the 3M part, we're going to be using this Lightning brand 3M reflective paint. It's real thick. Don't try to put that on the midsole directly. Mix it with some water, shake it up, and you'll be good to go. You don't really need a whole lot. Give it one quick little pass or one quick little brush over, and it'll be straight. As you can see, the 3M on the midsole is one of those subtle details, so you don't need it to go crazy. You just need enough to know it's there. As you can see right now, you're looking at the shine and it's pretty reflective. And like that, that's wraps on these Air Jordan 6 Travis Scott Olives. What else? There's nothing to say about it. I mean, this is a shake back if I ever saw one. Look at the suede. People normally clean this shoe and just fail at it. They just fade the suede altogether. There's countless videos out right now. People attempting to clean Travis Scott's and advising you, oh, they bleed, oh, they bleed, they bleed, they bleed. Not over here. And if you think Suede Butter just got lucky today, put us to the test against another Travis Scott. Any Travis Scott. We got you. This will be available soon. When it comes out, I'm telling you, you need to jump on it. There's nothing like it out there. If you're not subscribed to this channel, you come across this video and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Please consider subscribing. I'm just a small piece of No Regrets. There's 2 others you haven't seen yet. You met myself, you met Fresh Pair Jones, you met Doobies. There's 2 still out there you haven't even seen yet. I'm telling you, we some bad boys. We make the impossible possible over here. If there's anything you want to see, just shoot us a message and we'll make it happen for you as soon as we can. You can also follow us at No Regrets Sneaker Cleaning on Instagram. And if you want to follow me personally, @Gordon_2016 on Instagram. So you can see the things I'm doing when I'm not on YouTube. But that's enough for today. I'm Air Gordon with No Regrets Sneaker Cleaning. We out of here. I'll holler at y'all on the next one.